If Deku pulls his shit together and gives us vintage Deku, level-headed Deku, how he took on Dictator was not how he took on Lady Nagant. And as fast as he's moving is as fast as he's losing his fucking mind. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, and today I got for you My Hero Academia chapter 319. And my god, yeah, Midoriya has definitely lost it, but we're gonna get into that. What is going down in chapter 319? Well, if you remember from last discussion, I was giving Midoriya the benefit of the doubt surrounding his state of mind and how he was pursuing All For One. Now, last chapter we left off with Deku willingly allowing himself to be beat down by the civilians who were being controlled by the hired gun dictator, who had the quirk ability to allow him to puppeteer human beings. Things were looking extremely bad for Deku in this regard. But of course, you know, best boy Bakugo has to jump in, save the day, rescue Deku, and really try to talk some sense into this man in probably the worst way possible, but the best way possible, because in all honesty, everybody needs a friend like Bakugo. Somebody who is willing to tell you what you need to hear versus what everybody is expecting you to say and for Deku to hear. He calls him out on his shit, exactly what you would expect a best friend to do in this scenario. Given how fragile Midoriya's state of mind was, I don't know if, even though I know everybody should have a friend like that, I don't think, given the circumstances, and I know he's just getting there, but given the circumstances, maybe we should have had someone with a softer touch really pursue Deku and try to talk some sense into him. Because if you've read this chapter and everything we know from the, the last pages, Deku's ready for all the action. Deku's ready for smoke. He's not willing to talk to Bakugo. He's not willing to talk to anybody. He says, look, if you're not about to square up with me, get the fuck out of my way. And mask down, ski mask down, he's ready. But Bakugo, he swoops in, he handles Dictator, and I remember asking who else would be along with Bakugo, and I had speculated that it was going to be just Todoroki. Spoilers, it's not just Todoroki, it's everybody of Class 1A that have came in order to really talk some sense into this man. And we get some backstory about everything that happened, how Class 1A came across the information to find Deku and locate him. So they used the principal of Class 1A in order to call Endeavor, in order to get him to show up at the school. He's thinking this is just like a status report, or he's calling for some information about how everything is going. That's when the students show up, they blitz them, they say, yo, you can't just keep us locked up, we're not hearing from you, we're not hearing from Hawks, we're not hearing from Best Genius, no one is telling us anything, y'all have us locked up like first years, we want to be able to go out there and help Deku. It's not fair that he is the only person who is allowed to take all the risks, and given the fact that they know everything that has to do with his quirk, how it works, the fact that All For One is after him, and how they find Deku is just by using GPS on the cell phone. And when I read that, I was like, I guess I'm so used to shonens and how they are structured, being, predominantly feudal era settings, that it just didn't come across to me logically that, hey, he has a cell phone, track the bitch, and you should be able to come across him. My first reaction to this was, okay, you had the top 3 heroes in the entire country that could not come up with a simple GPS locate this man, and let's handle him that way. But even then, instead of doing all of that and just, going along with them, Endeavor just tosses the phone to them and says good luck. And the principal, he comes across as like, oh yeah, you've definitely grown up and matured a lot, Endeavor. You would have never used to be like this. Putting kids in harm's way against the #1 villain? You're the #1 hero and you're sending children to fight the #1 villain. I really do enjoy what's going on because it's just so unpredictable, and situations like this that you have with Midoriya's state of mind being in question, with now the added risk of putting more people in harm's way, because that is a general concern. Not everybody's Deku, not everyone's Midoriya, not everyone's packed with what, 8 quirks? It's gonna be a lot. The only benefit I can really see coming from this is the fact that all of Class 1A is essentially on fresh legs, and Deku is like bleeding out like this is Call of Duty and he's in Final Stand. So really the last part of the chapter review is basically what I've already said up until this point, but in all honesty, it's about time someone smacked the shit out of Midoriya, because I think that's the only thing that's really gonna bring him back down to earth. Midoriya is riding an extreme high right now, alright? He's already said flat out that, look, All Might, I rival you at your 100% in the current state that I'm in now. It's been a while since we've seen All Might fight, but I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't see Deku taking down All Might in his prime, or even when he had to do that whole I gotta hold my breath shit because I got injured the last time I fought fought All For One. So all in all, I don't see how this is going to end. Obviously, I don't want to see Deku return back to Endeavor and slow the pace down of the story. I like where they are and the unpredictableness of what is going on, but at the same time, the recklessness at this point with Deku, it's through the roof. Something has to happen. I mean, you just gotta, I mean, you look at him and look how he is, look at his demeanor, the fact that the smile isn't gone, and that was what Bakugo was really trying to reel Deku back in with. Like, that's what I got from that. Like, you idolized All Might so much. Where is that smile that he held in every single situation that we could remember from him as children? Because obviously when he fought All For One, that smile was gone, and that's the point that you see Deku at right now. His smile is gone. This is all business. This is not for show. There are no cameras. I know that there were cameras the time that All Might fought, but there are no cameras right now. I'm just here to handle fucking business. This isn't Armageddon. We are at war. I'm sorry that y'all got held back, but if you're not on board with the foolishness, then y'all need to get the fuck out of the way. The only thing I could possibly compare this to and try to put it into perspective, and I'll end the video on this note, is imagine if we were following Sasuke after he left the Leaf Village, right? We leave Naruto's point of view and we go straight to Sasuke and that whole anti-hero thing that he got on. I know he went off the deep end too at the very end, and he was like, I know I was just doing this for revenge, but now that I've grown and I have everything in perspective, and I think I really just want to take over this bitch. Imagine if time that he spent with Orochimaru, and then we really got into the meat and potatoes of the series where now we have to follow Sasuke as he hunts down Itachi. And imagine that bloodlust that he had. Imagine Naruto finding him in that pursuit. Imagine if Naruto had got to Sasuke right before they had fought, and he was like, you don't have to do this. And Sasuke's like, we are well beyond the boundaries of the Pride Land. Deku's not one to be stopped right now. It's either you knock him out or you get the fuck out of his way. This is going to be a group effort from all of Class 1A. I am looking for the most insane combo fight ever. Alright, because Shoto, he's going to have to immobilize Deku. I don't really see that being a situation. The only way this is going to work is if Deku's state of mind does not improve. If we see the same bullshit that he did when, you know, he was having that whole situation against Dictator, Deku's done for. Okay, these are organized Class 1A. They're going to take you down. If Deku pulls his shit together and gives us vintage Deku, level-headed Deku, how he took on Dictator was not how he took on Lady Nagant. And as fast as he's moving is as fast as he's losing his fucking mind. Alright, blood loss is probably a situation. PTSD is probably a situation. His head is probably spinning because he didn't know he didn't know how to take on Dictator at the time. His friends all had to show up. He is having to process a lot of information that is going on with no blood in his body. But I'm not going to ramble on any further than what I need to do. If you made it to the end, thank you. If you're a new, go plus ultra and smash that subscribe button. Let me know you rock with the content that I put out on the channel. Like the video if you like the video, dislike the video if you dislike the video. Comment on the video your thoughts about what you think is going on, how you think Deku's state of mind is currently. He is not okay. Don't tell me he's okay. He's not. There's nothing. Is he going to be okay in the future? Yes, I believe so. If Hirokoshi wants to kill off Deku, well, he just cemented himself in shonen history. I can't remember the last time a shonen actually did some shit like that. So let me know what y'all think is going on. The processing of Hirokoshi, the processing of Deku, how's this gonna go? Shoto's gonna have to freeze him. It's a lot. But subscribe if you're brand new, and like always, until next time, I'm out.